one M14, seamer, fresh out of the box. This is something I'm building for me. 11-1. Now mine's going to be locked to semi. And I want it doing about 1.1 joules realistically, nothing more than 0.28 gram ammo. Let's fuck with it. Without the fuse. I'm having to remove massive amounts of material from the back so that I can get the spring in. I've had to shorten the shaft. I've left quite a bit of movement on this at the moment, but even then it doesn't want to go back far enough because it's still catching. It's so much material I've got to remove from this. It's absolutely insane. Doing whatever I can to try and get this together, but no, it's really, really unhappy. I'll do it, but obviously this is going to be too much work for any normal person to bother trying to do. Warhead base 35k, ZCI bevel, rocket DSG, XT piston. Are we ready? These are the ones that I favour. Now, if I put my forward force on it, I'm honestly trying to push it forward and I can't. That is in there, look. Ow! Oh, you cunt! Oh, shite! Here we go then, ready? No MOSFET, nothing like that. Right, I've just paid 2 coffees at A2 Supplies for this mag off the floor, which is great. Before I do the really crazy shit to the gun, with all the little tiny stupid switches and whatever, which may not work, I'm going to convert that to a 10-round mag. New switch assembly. Underneath the cut-off lever, micro switch seems to work. And again with power. Right, little bit of a head scratcher, but I got my head around how I'm going to do it. That's what's left of what's on the outside of the gearbox on this side. Originally my thought of micro switches, I think I can still do it, but in this case I'm going to need some kind of auto cut-off to make sure the cut-off lever works. And so I've removed a whole pile of material from the outside of that big plate. I have removed an entire section, in fact, as you can see. I've removed any parts I don't need, like the switch, the selector, any of that crap, it's all gone. It's just what I need in there. So what I've got is the cut-off lever, the trigger, the little tiny sear that attaches to the trigger, and the spring. That's it. Plate on top. I've removed all the material from underneath here because I'm going to have to seat part of my ETU underneath there, but I can still get the screw through and into here, and I've shimmed it here and here so that that is sitting very slightly higher, which gives me just enough clearance, so that'll basically sit there like that. That way when the cut-off lever rocks, it will hit the cut-off like this. Trigger, cut-off lever. Excuse the fact I've done a lot of this handheld, and excuse the mess around. First things first. Uh-oh, short mag. Second thing. To program it, unplug. We take a second one of these, because that's common sense. And there it is. Now this unit is already batteried in, and I need to use the trigger and the selector to program, as you normally would with a parent ETU. So, that's your trigger, that's your selector. So if I double tap that, I'll enter programming mode. Okay, as you can see, we are green. Woohoo! Fuck off. Don't press the trigger, Luke. Woo! Don't press the fucking trigger. Dickhead. Green mode. Semi. Active brake is off. Pre-cocking is on 1. Binary trigger, obviously off, because I'm not a cunt. LiPo alarm, no, it starts rate of fire. DMR, LiPo alarm, master reset, click. We done. Plug in. Has to think about it. There we go. Now we're ready to rock. I'm a fucking evil genius. Bear in mind, if you're going to use a warhead motor, turn the active brake completely off, because otherwise you may find the trigger plays up a little bit. There you go, all together. Pretty fucking cool, right? I decided I wanted a dot sight back here, something not too big, and this kind of works out perfectly for me. Not normally my favourite kind of dot, but that works fucking wonders. That actually looks quite cool, and when you look at the gun overall, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I was going to buy a little rail that attaches in the little stripper clip guide holder, but honestly, I couldn't be fucking bothered. When you can make one, you know, who gives a shit? It's adjustable, so I can do all this normal stuff, but I've also got quick windage and elevation just by doing that bit. Everything together, everything still works, but how does it fire? Obviously, should I ever use the gun, I think it's fair to assume that I'm going to probably use a full-size mag, but for display purposes, the mag does work. 10 rounds straight through. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It's just, I'm over the moon. Absolutely fucking over the moon. It looks great, it feels great. I'm just a fucking happy chappy. I finally got what I consider to be a really decent, short, sharp trigger pull on an M14 with a power that I can use anywhere. 0.25s, this thing's doing around 307. And 0.25s and 0.28s is where I want to be at. It's about 1.05 joules, which means, generally speaking, unless someone's got a really fucking wanky chrono, it's just going to be able to be used everywhere. I'm just really fucking happy with it. I finally did a fucking gun for me after all this time. Finally a gun for me.